today I stand here as somebody who is so passionate about what I'm doing. And I can tell you the story of the things that happened to me, but I'm not going to be taken out by it, you know? And so that shift, I think, was really important. How did I learn to have compassion for myself? Well, those younger parts of me that were traumatized, they needed me to go back and bring healing to them. And only then, when I did that, could my system trust that compassion can come here. Because this idea of having an empathetic witness, right? We know that there's villages in other parts of the world that when trauma happens, the whole village gathers and they sit together and they hold space, and they do not leave that space until the person who's been hurt is ready to go, right? This sense of holding space and community with others. And this act of deep witnessing is what I think our culture is really, we're starved for it because we don't actually know how to do that. And if there's deep witnessing, trauma actually doesn't imprint in the same kind of way. But when you talk about loneliness, loneliness happens when we've experienced hard moments and nobody was there to be with us in it. It's not the event. It's not the thing that we think. It's not the war. It's like that stuff can be traumatic, but what imprints the brain is when we're alone with our suffering. That's what trauma is, right? And so this my own journey and how I work with my clients is that when we can go back in time and bring healing to the parts of us that were alone in their suffering and offer them compassion for those moments, then I can come into the world and say, yes, I can have compassion for myself. I can deeply feel that was a really hard moment. And I don't feel like I'm crawling out of my skin to tell it to you. I'm like, yeah. And now I can see why all of those things brought me to right here.
Exactly.